Have you ever felt like you're living life on a different frequency? Like you're in a crowded room, surrounded by people, but you feel a profound sense of being separate? It's not about arrogance or thinking you're better than anyone. It's a quiet, persistent feeling that you see the world through a different lens, that you hear a music no one else seems to hear. People look at you, and you can feel their gaze. Some look with curiosity, some with admiration, and some with a discomfort they can't quite hide. You've probably spent years wondering, what's wrong with me? Why can't I just fit in? I'm here to tell you today that this feeling isn't a sign that you're broken. It's not a mistake, and it's not your imagination. It is the single greatest sign that you have been set apart. Welcome. If you found your way to this video, it's because a part of your soul recognizes a deeper truth about your journey. This idea of being a chosen one isn't about superiority or some grand religious destiny handed down from on high. It's about purpose. It's the recognition that your soul came to this earth with a unique mission, a specific energy to share, and a path that, by its very nature, will not and cannot look like everyone else's. This video is not just another checklist to label yourself. It's a map to help you understand the strange and often confusing experiences of your life. It's a confirmation for the quiet whispers of your own heart that have been telling you all along. You are different for a reason. By the end of this video, you will not only recognize these 10 signs in your own life, but you will understand the profound spiritual purpose behind them. My goal is to help you shift from a place of confusion and loneliness to a place of clarity and empowerment. You will learn how to navigate your path with confidence, knowing that every strange look, every period of isolation, and every deep, intuitive hit is part of your sacred calling. So take a deep breath. Settle in. Let's decode the truth of your extraordinary journey together. Let's begin with the sign that often causes the most pain and confusion: the mirror effect. This is when you walk into a room or join a team at work, and without doing anything wrong, without saying a single controversial word, you immediately notice that people have a strong reaction to you, and it's rarely neutral. For some, it's an instant, almost magnetic attraction. They want to be near you. They admire you. They feel safe and inspired by your presence. But for others, it's the complete opposite. It's a veiled hostility, a cold shoulder, a subtle eye roll, or an unexplained antipathy that you can feel in the air. They might seem nervous, defensive, or they might even try to belittle you for no apparent reason. For years, you've probably internalized this. You've replayed conversations in your head wondering, what did I say? What did I do wrong? You've tried to be nicer, quieter, to shrink yourself down to be more palatable. But it doesn't work. And here's the profound truth you need to understand. Their reaction has almost nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with what you reflect back to them. Your soul carries a high frequency of authenticity. You are, by your very nature, committed to truth, even when it's uncomfortable. You don't play the same social games as everyone else. Your energy is clear and unfiltered. When you bring that authentic energy into a space, you become a living, breathing mirror. For those who are also striving for authenticity, who are doing their own inner work, looking into that mirror is inspiring. They see your light and it validates their own. They see your freedom and it gives them hope. But for someone who is living inauthentically, someone wearing a mask, hiding from their own truth, suppressing their fears, or living in deep insecurity, looking into that mirror is unbearable. Your light doesn't just illuminate the room. It illuminates the dark corners inside of them. Your calm exposes their anxiety. Your self-acceptance highlights their self-rejection. You don't have to say a word. Your very presence is a catalyst. It forces a moment of truth upon them, an unconscious self-reckoning they may not be ready for. And because facing their own shadow is too painful, it's far easier to project that discomfort onto you. It's easier to decide that you are the problem, that you're arrogant or weird or intimidating. So what do you do with this knowledge? First, release the burden of responsibility. You're not responsible for another person's inner landscape. Repeat this to yourself. Their reaction is their reflection. Second, practice what I call compassionate detachment. When you feel that wave of negativity coming at you, don't absorb it. Instead, visualize a gentle, protective shield of light around you. See their negativity as a cloud of smoke that simply cannot penetrate your shield. Silently, from your heart, wish them peace on their own journey. You don't have to engage. You don't have to win them over. Your role isn't to make everyone comfortable. It's to hold your own frequency. The right people, your soul tribe, will not be triggered by your light. They will be drawn to it like moths to a flame. After exploring the challenging mirror effect, let's turn to one of the most beautiful and validating signs on this journey. I call this the gravitational pull. Pay close attention to how the purest beings on this planet react to you. I'm talking about animals and young children. Have you ever been walking down the street and a dog on the other side pulls on its leash, whining just to come and greet you? Or maybe cats, who are notoriously selective, seem to find their way into your lap at a friend's house, even when they ignore everyone else. Think about babies and toddlers. Do you notice them locking eyes with you from across a grocery store aisle, often breaking into a wide, unprompted smile? They stare at you with a kind of deep, ancient recognition, completely captivated by your presence. This phenomenon extends to people as well. When a tourist is lost or someone needs help with a flat tire, do you find that out of a whole crowd of people, they instinctively approach you? This isn't a coincidence. It's a profound energetic confirmation. Animals and very young children are pure. Their energetic senses haven't been dulled by social conditioning, judgment, or skepticism. They don't care about your job, your clothes, or your social status. They operate on one thing and one thing only: vibration. They are drawn to you because your authentic energy signature feels safe. It's calm. It's stable. It's trustworthy. While some adults might misinterpret your quiet confidence as arrogance, a child or an animal interprets it correctly, as a source of gentle strength and peacefulness. They feel the light of your old soul, and they recognize it as a place of refuge. This is one of the universe's most precious gifts to you. On days when you feel misunderstood, alienated, or question your path, the world will send you one of these pure souls to remind you of the truth of who you are. So, here is your actionable advice for this sign, and it's very simple. Receive it. Don't brush these moments off. When that dog greets you with pure joy, or that baby beams at you with unfiltered love, don't just see it as a cute, random event. Pause. Breathe it in. Acknowledge it as a deliberate message from the universe. Let it be a spiritual anchor. Let it fill you up and remind you that your energy, in its purest form, is a gift to this world. These small, sacred encounters are your proof. They are the universe whispering directly to you. You are on the right path. We see you. You are loved. We've talked about how others react to you. Now, let's turn inward. Let's talk about your own internal guidance system, because yours is not standard equipment. This is sign number 3, the inner compass. Most people make decisions based on logic, pro and con lists, and external advice. You can do that too. But your ultimate authority comes from a much deeper place. It's a place of unshakable, intuitive knowing. This isn't just a gut feeling or a hunch. It's a profound, cellular-level certainty that often defies all logic and evidence. It's when you meet someone for the first time. On the surface, they are charming, successful, and everyone loves them. But deep in your core, a quiet, firm voice whispers, "Do not trust this person." There's no evidence, no reason, just a solid wall of knowing. And months or years later, their true character is always revealed, and you realize your inner compass was right all along. It's when you're offered a fantastic job. It has a great salary, benefits, a promotion. It checks all the logical boxes, but your soul feels a deep, resounding no. It feels heavy, constricting. Your friends think you're crazy for turning it down, but you listen to that inner voice. And later, you find out the company had a toxic work culture or was about to go bankrupt. Your inner compass guided you away from a disaster. This knowing also manifests in other ways. You might have prophetic dreams that feel more real than waking life, giving you glimpses of the future. You might be thinking of someone you haven't spoken to in a decade, and they call you that very same day. You might get a sudden, crystal-clear download of an idea or a solution to a complex problem that seems to come from nowhere. Here is the deeper meaning behind this. Your inner compass is your direct, unfiltered line to your higher self, to your soul, to God, to the universe, whatever you wish to call it. While the rest of the world is navigating with a paper map of external data, you are equipped with a high-tech, internal GPS that is connected to the cosmic internet. One of your primary life lessons, one of the core challenges of being a chosen one, is to learn to trust this internal GPS over the noise of the external world. To trust it over your own logical mind, over the opinions of well-meaning friends, and over the expectations of society. So how do you strengthen this gift? Start an intuition journal. This is non-negotiable. Every time you get a strong intuitive hit, a significant dream, or a deep knowing about something, write it down. Date it. Be specific. Felt a strong urge to avoid the freeway today. Or had a feeling that Sarah was going to announce her pregnancy. Then simply observe that you start to see the undeniable pattern of your intuition being proven correct time and time again. Your logical mind will begin to surrender. It will learn to respect and trust your inner compass. This journal will become your personal book of evidence. It will be the proof you need on days when you doubt yourself. Your intuition is the most powerful tool you have. Learning to honor it is learning to honor the voice of your own soul. If your inner compass is the internal GPS telling you which direction to go, then how do you know you're actually on the right road? How do you know you're not just making it all up? The universe provides confirmation. And that brings us to sign number 4, the cosmic breadcrumbs. Your life starts to feel less like a series of random, chaotic accidents and more like a beautifully orchestrated story, filled with clues, symbols, and messages meant just for you. This is the phenomenon of synchronicity. It starts subtly. You might glance at the clock and notice it's 11:11. Then you see it again and again. Soon, you're seeing repeating numbers everywhere. On license plates, on receipts, on your phone. 222, 444, 777. Then it gets more specific. You're wrestling with a decision about whether to take a risk, feeling a need for courage. And as you look out the window, a lone hawk, a symbol of vision and strength, circles directly overhead. You find feathers in the most unlikely of places, right after you've asked for a sign from a loved one who has passed on. It happens through sound, too. You get in your car, feeling heartbroken, and the radio plays the exact song you needed to hear, with lyrics that feel like they were written directly for your soul. And it happens through people. You mention a rare book you'd love to read, and the next day a friend texts you out of the blue, "Hey, I have this book I think you'd love." And it's the exact same one. You're thinking about an old friend, and your phone rings with their name on the screen. Here is the deeper meaning. These are not mere coincidences. They are cosmic breadcrumbs left on your path. They are winks from the universe, little nods from your spirit guides, or affirmations from God. They are a form of communication, a divine feedback loop, and they are telling you three very important things. 1. You are seen. The universe is aware of your thoughts, your struggles, and your prayers. 2. You are aligned. You're in the right place at the right time, thinking the right thoughts. 3. Keep going. You are on the right track. This is the universe showing you that it is actively collaborating with you. It is arranging reality in response to your energy and intentions, proving that you are a powerful co-creator of your life story. So, here is your practice for this sign. When these moments happen, do not dismiss them as random. Instead, create a 3-step ritual. First, acknowledge. Stop what you're doing, even for just a second, and mentally or verbally say, "I see that. I acknowledge this sign." Second, inquire. Gently and quietly ask, "What is the message for me here? What was I just thinking or feeling?" The sign is almost always an answer to a question you were just pondering. And third, appreciate. Say thank you. A simple, heartfelt thank you whispered to the sky or to your own heart. This gratitude creates a powerful feedback loop. The more you acknowledge and appreciate the signs, the more the universe will send them. The universe is constantly speaking to you. You just have to learn its language. Because you are guided by such a strong inner compass, and you see the cosmic breadcrumbs all around you, you develop a certain quality, a quality of clarity, of deep, grounded wisdom, and other people can feel that. Which brings us to sign number 5, the sage's burden. Think about the dynamics in your relationships. Do you find that you are the unofficial therapist, the crisis counselor, and the go-to mentor for your entire circle of friends and family, and sometimes even your co-workers? People come to you with their deepest problems, their relationship dramas, their career crises, their existential doubts. They lay out their entire situation, and then they look at you with expectant eyes and ask that one heavy question. What should I do? They don't just want your opinion, they are seeking your validation. Your stamp of approval carries a unique weight. Your perspective seems to cut through all their confusion and provide a sense of peace and clarity that they can't find anywhere else. Often, they won't make a big decision until they've run it by you first. Now, on one hand, this is a beautiful testament to your soul's wisdom. People are drawn to you because you are a clear channel. They are not just drawn to your advice. They are drawn to the energy of your wisdom. It feels solid. It feels true. They can sense that you are connected to something deeper. This is the wisdom of your old soul shining through. But we call this the sage's burden for a reason. Because if you're not careful, it can become incredibly draining. You can become so busy carrying everyone else's problems that you have no energy left for your own journey. And more importantly, there is a subtle danger here. You risk creating dependency. If you are always giving people the answers, you are robbing them of the opportunity to develop their own inner compass. Your true role is not to be a dispenser of answers. It is to be a keeper of the light, an awakener of the wisdom in others. So, here is your crucial, actionable advice for navigating this role. You must learn to shift from giving advice to asking empowering questions. When someone comes to you and asks, "What should I do?" resist the urge to immediately solve their problem. Instead, gently turn it back to them with questions like, "That's a tough situation. What does your own heart, your own intuition, tell you to do?" If you weren't afraid of what anyone else would think, what choice would feel the most free? Let's put the logic aside for a moment. Which path feels lighter to you? You see the shift? This technique does two powerful things. First, it honors their own inner wisdom and teaches them to trust themselves. You are teaching them how to fish, not just giving them a fish. And second, it protects your energy. It allows you to be a supportive, wise presence without taking on the karmic weight of their decisions. Your wisdom is a gift. But the greatest way to use that gift is to show others where to find their own. When people are drawn to your wisdom and your authentic energy, a very curious thing starts to happen. They don't just want your advice. On some level, they want your results. They want to feel the way you feel, centered, clear, and free. And that leads us to sign number 6, the echo chamber. This is when you start to notice that people around you are subtly, or sometimes not so subtly, beginning to imitate you. It's more than just being inspired by you. It's a form of mimicry. It might start small. You have a unique turn of phrase, a little saying that is distinctly yours. A week later, you hear a friend or coworker using it as if it were their own. You develop a passion for a niche hobby, like pottery or ancient philosophy. And suddenly, people in your circle are signing up for the same classes. It can extend to your style, the way you dress, the way you decorate your home. It can even go deeper into your core values. You might share a powerful insight you had about letting go of judgment. And the next day, you hear them repeating that same insight to someone else, presented as their own epiphany. This can feel strange, even a little unnerving. Part of you might feel flattered, but another part of you might feel unseen, or even like something is being stolen from you. So, let's look at the deeper meaning. It's crucial here to differentiate between two types of imitation. The first is genuine inspiration. This is when your authenticity genuinely awakens something in another person. They see you living your truth, and it gives them the courage to find and express their own. This is beautiful. This is part of your purpose. But the second type is what I call energetic vampirism. This is when someone, feeling a deep void or lack of identity within themselves, tries to wear your energy like a costume. They copy the external aspects of you, your words, your style, your habits, hoping to magically acquire the internal peace and confidence that you possess. Of course, it never works, because authenticity cannot be faked. It must be cultivated from within. This second type of imitation is the one that can feel draining, because it's not a true exchange of energy. It's a one-way appropriation. So, what is the actionable advice here? It's a powerful metaphor. Be a lighthouse, not a life raft. A life raft gets depleted. People cling to it, drain its resources, and it can barely stay afloat. That's what happens when you get personally invested in who is copying you and why. But a lighthouse simply stands tall, anchored to its own foundation, and shines its unique light out into the world. It doesn't worry about which ships are sailing towards it or why. It doesn't dim its light for some and brighten it for others. It just shines. Your job is to be authentically you. Shine your light. Let them copy you. Let them be inspired by you. But do not allow their imitation to make you question your own originality or drain your energy. Your true essence can never be copied. It is born of your unique soul's journey. And that is something no one can ever take from you. Because your path is so unique and your energy is so distinct, you naturally stand out. And when you stand out, you get noticed. This brings us to a sign that can feel like you're living under a microscope. This is sign number 7, the outsider's gaze. This has 2 parts, being constantly observed and being constantly questioned. First, the observation. In any group setting, a meeting at work, a family dinner, a party, you can just feel the eyes on you. It's not always a hostile stare, and it's not always admiring. Often, it's a look of intense, analytical curiosity. People are watching your reactions. They're studying how you handle a difficult situation. They're trying to figure you out, as if you were a fascinating but unsolvable puzzle. This observation then leads to the second part, the questioning. People will ask you intensely personal and probing questions that they wouldn't dare ask others. These aren't normal getting-to-know-you questions. They are questions that challenge your unconventional life choices. Questions like, how can you be so calm in a situation like this? Why are you still single? Aren't you lonely? Why would you leave a secure, high-paying job to follow a passion? You really believe in all that spiritual stuff? Let's unpack the deeper meaning here, because it's not just idle curiosity. Your very existence challenges their reality. Most people live their lives following a pre-written script. Go to school, get a job, get married, buy a house, retire. It's a safe, predictable, and socially approved path. You, on the other hand, are writing your own script as you go, guided by your inner compass. You are living proof that there are other ways to be, that you can be happy without a partner, that you can leave security for fulfillment, that you can find peace in the midst of chaos. This is both fascinating and deeply threatening to their worldview. Your choices force them to unconsciously question their own. If you're right, does that mean they might be wrong about how they're living their life? That's a terrifying thought for most people. So they observe you and question you, not necessarily to learn from you, but to find a flaw. They are looking for a crack in your armor so they can dismiss you as just weird and comfortably return to their own reality. So what's the powerful, actionable advice? It's this. You do not owe anyone an explanation for your soul's journey. You are not on trial. You do not need a committee to approve your life. When faced with these probing questions, you don't have to get defensive or hand over your entire life story. Learn to give simple, calm, and non-defensive answers that gently close the door on the interrogation. If someone asks why you left your job, a simple, "It was the right path for me at the time," is enough. If they question your single status, "I'm very happy and fulfilled on my current path," is a complete answer. You are not being rude. You are being sovereign. You are honoring the sacredness of your own path. Let them watch. Let them question. You just keep walking. There is a darker side to being constantly watched. While some people are waiting to learn from you, others are waiting for something else entirely. They are waiting for you to fall. This brings us to one of the most painful but revealing signs. Sign number 8. The spotlight on failure. Have you ever noticed this strange phenomenon? When you achieve something wonderful, you get a promotion, you launch a creative project, you find a happy relationship, there is a small group of people in your life who meet your news with a deafening silence. There are no congratulations, no words of encouragement. It's almost as if your success is an inconvenience to them. But the moment you stumble, the moment you make a mistake, the moment you fail, that same group of people suddenly comes alive. The spotlight on your life, which was dim during your triumphs, becomes blindingly bright. Your mistake becomes the hot topic of gossip. They analyze what you did wrong with a strange sense of enthusiasm. They might even say things like, "I knew this would happen," or "They were flying too close to the sun." It can feel like they are taking a bizarre and unsettling pleasure in your pain. This can be incredibly hurtful, making you feel betrayed and exposed. But it is essential that you understand the deep psychology at play here. This is not about you. It's about them. Here is the profound truth. Your journey is a mirror, not just for their insecurities, but for their potential. When you succeed, when you take risks and they pay off, your light doesn't just shine. It illuminates the gap between where they are and where they could be. Your success is a silent, powerful reminder of their own inaction, their own fears, and the dreams they were too afraid to pursue. This makes them deeply uncomfortable. But your failure, your failure is a gift to them. Your failure gives them a sense of profound relief. It's a get-out-of-jail-free card for their own stagnation. It allows them to create a comfortable narrative. See? It's too hard. The risks are too great. Even they, who are so strong and gifted, couldn't do it. So, it's perfectly okay that I'm not even trying. Your stumble justifies their decision to stay in their comfort zone. They aren't celebrating your failure. They are celebrating the validation of their own choices. So, how do you handle this? How do you move forward when you know people are waiting for you to fall? You reframe the very concept of failure. Your mission on this earth is not to be a perfect, flawless example of success. That's impossible, and it's not relatable. Your true mission is to be a public lesson in resilience. When you stumble and they are all watching, your job is to show them what it looks like to get back up, to show them what it looks like to take a lesson from the pain, to wear your scars with pride, and to keep walking forward with your head held high. The story they will remember is not that you fell, it's that you rose again. Your resilience is a far more powerful and inspiring teaching than effortless success could ever be. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to be unbreakable. All of these signs we've discussed, the intense reactions, the constant observation, the feeling of being an outsider, can lead to one overarching experience, a feeling of profound loneliness. You may have gone through long periods of your life with very few friends. You may have felt like a stranger in your own family. You might have found that old friendships just dissolved, fading away without a fight because you no longer operate on the same frequency. This brings us to what might be the most misunderstood, yet most crucial sign of all. Sign number 9, the sacred solitude. For much of your life, you have likely viewed this loneliness as a curse, a punishment, proof that there is something fundamentally wrong with you. You've prayed to find your tribe, to finally feel like you belong somewhere. But I want to offer you a radical and healing reframe. This solitude is not your punishment. It is your training ground. It is not a sign of rejection from the world. It is a sign of selection by the universe. Think of it like this. Before an Olympic athlete can compete on the world stage, they spend countless hours alone in the gym, honing their craft, building their strength, focusing without distraction. Before a great artist creates a masterpiece, they spend time in the solitude of their studio, channeling their vision. Your journey is no different. The universe, God, your higher self, it intentionally isolates you at key moments in your life for a very specific purpose. This is your divinely orchestrated spiritual boot camp in the sacred silence of solitude. The noise of the world finally fades away. The opinions, the expectations, the judgments of others, they all dissolve. And in that quiet, for the first time, you can truly hear the voice of your own soul. This is where the real work is done. Solitude is the sacred space where you shed old identities that were never truly yours. Heal deep wounds without the distraction of others' energy. Receive your spiritual upgrades, downloads of clarity, wisdom, and purpose. And get your instructions for the next chapter of your mission. If you are in a period of solitude right now, know this. You are not being forgotten. You are being forged. You are not being abandoned. You are being prepared. So, the actionable advice here is to change your relationship with being alone. Instead of calling it loneliness, which implies a lack, start calling it sacred solitude, which implies a fullness. Don't run from the quiet, lean into it. Use this precious time intentionally. Meditate, journal, go for long walks in nature, create art, sit in silence and ask your soul, what do you need me to know right now? This period will not last forever. It is a season. When your training is complete, the universe will bring your soul tribe to you. Not because you desperately searched for them, but because your own light, strengthened in the solitude, has become so bright that they can't help but find you. Embrace your solitude. It is the holiest ground you will ever walk upon. So, what is it all for? The solitude, the strange reactions, the intuitive hits, the cosmic signs. Why? What is the point of this strange and often difficult path? This leads us to our final and most important sign, the one that gives meaning to all the others. Sign number 10. You feel a deep, unshakable calling to be of service. Underneath all the confusion, all the loneliness, and all the challenges of your journey, there has always been a persistent, quiet hum in the background of your soul. A feeling that you are here for a reason. It's not a desire for fame or money or recognition. It's something purer than that. It's a deep, innate desire to contribute, to help, to leave this world a little better than you found it. This calling can take countless forms. Maybe you feel a powerful urge to be a healer, to help people mend their hearts and bodies. Maybe you feel a calling to be a teacher, to share a wisdom that needs to be heard. Maybe you're an artist, a writer, a musician, and you feel a sacred duty to create beauty and truth that awakens the human soul. Maybe you feel a deep connection to the earth, and your mission is to protect and honor it. Or maybe your calling is quieter, but no less profound. To be a conscious parent, raising the next generation of enlightened beings, or to create a safe, compassionate space within your workplace or community. This is your North Star. This is the why behind your entire journey. The reason you've been given a powerful inner compass is to guide you on this mission. The reason the universe sends you signs is to keep you on the path of your purpose. The reason you've been through so much hardship and solitude is to forge you into the exact instrument needed to carry out your service. Being chosen has never been about being special. It's about being assigned. You have been assigned a sacred task that only your unique soul, with its unique history and unique gifts, can accomplish. So, the final piece of actionable advice is the simplest and the most profound. Honor the calling. Your mission doesn't have to be a grand, world-changing gesture tomorrow. It begins with one small, aligned step today. What is the one thing you could do today that would make your soul feel alive? Is it writing one page of that book? Signing up for that healing course? Having one compassionate conversation? Planting one tree? Identify that one small thing that feels like service, that feels like purpose, and do it. That is how you begin to fully step into the reason you are here. That is how you answer the call. As we bring our journey together to a close, let's take a final look at the map we've laid out. The mirror effect, the gravitational pull, your inner compass, the cosmic breadcrumbs, the sage's burden, the echo chamber, the outsider's gaze, the spotlight on failure, the sacred solitude, and finally, the deep calling to be of service. If you recognize yourself in these signs, know this deep in your bones. You are not strange, you are not broken, and you are not imagining things. These experiences are not a curse. They are a confirmation of a sacred contract your soul made long before you came to this earth. You chose this path. You chose to be a carrier of a different light, a different frequency, in a world that desperately needs it. And yes, this journey is often lonely. The path of the pioneer, the way shower, the truth teller, always is. But you are never, ever truly alone. You are walking with a legion of unseen supporters, your guides, your ancestors, and the universe itself. And you are walking alongside a global tribe of souls just like you, souls who feel the same things you feel, even if you haven't met them yet. So, I want to leave you with this final, empowering truth. Your path is not to fit in. Your path is to create new paths for others to follow. Your difference is not a weakness. It is your superpower. It is the very medicine you came here to share. So please stop trying to shrink it. Stop apologizing for it. Embrace it. Own it. Step fully into the magnificent, unique, and powerful truth of who you are. The world is waiting. It is tired of copies and echoes. It is waiting for the unique gift, the original song that only you can offer. If this message resonated with your soul, and you'd like to continue this journey with a community of fellow travelers, please subscribe and become a part of our tribe. And if someone came to mind while you were watching this, someone you know who has always walked a different path, please share this video with them. Let them know that they are seen, that they are understood, and that they are not alone. Thank you for allowing me to be a small part of your sacred journey. Walk in power.